Is the reality we see, touch, and feel the only one there is? What if I told you that beneath this solid world lies a deeper, more fundamental reality, an ocean of interconnected energy, where you, me, and everything in the universe are one? Welcome to the fascinating concept of the holographic universe. Imagine the chair you're sitting on, the device you're watching this on, even your own body. They feel solid, right? According to physicists like David Bohm, this idea of separation is just an illusion, a story our minds tell us. At a much deeper quantum level, everything dissolves into a single, interconnected web. Think of it like a hologram. Every tiny piece contains the whole picture. This mind-bending idea helps explain one of physics' greatest mysteries, quantum entanglement. You've probably heard of it. When two particles are entangled, they're linked. What happens to one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they are driven across the galaxy. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance because it seemed to break the laws of physics. But in a holographic universe, it makes perfect sense. These particles aren't really separate. They aren't sending signals to each other. They are connected in a deeper dimension, part of the same energetic whole. It's like when twins claim they can feel each other's joy or pain, even when miles apart. They are connected in a way we don't fully understand. In a holographic universe, we are all connected like that. So, what does this mean for our everyday lives? It means the reality we perceive is like a TV show. We tune into a specific channel and we see a clear, defined story. But the underlying reality is just a sea of invisible electromagnetic waves. Our brains are the decoders. They take this vast field of vibrating energy and project it into the three-dimensional world we experience. The solid world isn't out there as much as it is in here, constructed by our minds. This concept, championed by thinkers like Michael Talbot, who was inspired by Bohm and neuroscientist Karl Pribram, doesn't just revolutionize physics, it opens the door to understanding things that science has long dismissed. Phenomena like telepathy, precognition, seeing the future, and other psychic abilities suddenly find a potential explanation. If our brains work like holograms, as Pribram suggested, they aren't just isolated computers. They are receivers, capable of tapping into the entire holographic field of the universe. This means your consciousness isn't locked inside your skull. It's not limited by time or space. It has access to a vast library of information that exists everywhere, all at once. Think about telepathy. We usually imagine it as a signal sent from one mind to another. But in a holographic model, there's no signal to send. If the entire universe is contained within each of us in every atom and every cell, then accessing another person's thoughts isn't about bridging a gap. It's about tuning into information that is already within you. Our everyday reality is just one channel, but through altered states of consciousness, meditation, or even spontaneous mystical experiences, we can sometimes switch channels and get a glimpse of this much larger, interconnected reality. What's so incredible is that this cutting-edge scientific theory echoes what ancient spiritual traditions have been saying for thousands of years, that everything is one, that the separation we feel is an illusion. Through practices like meditation or deep breathing, we can quiet the mind, move beyond the illusion of separateness, and connect with that underlying unity. Call it the hologram, the whole, or the divine mind. This isn't just a philosophical idea. It has profound, practical implications for our health and well-being. If consciousness isn't just a byproduct of the brain, but a fundamental aspect of reality, then our thoughts have the power to influence not just our perception, but our physical bodies. This is the key to spirit. Let's explore the astonishing power of the mind over the body. The placebo effect is the most famous example. We know that if a person truly believes a sugar pill is a powerful medicine, their body can heal itself. It's not the pill doing the work, it's the belief. In his book, The Holographic Universe, Talbot shares some stunning examples. Consider an experiment with soldiers. They were all made to march the same distance, but were told different things. One group was told they marched 10 miles, another 20, and a third 30. When their physiological states were measured, their bodies responded not to the actual distance they walked, but to the distance they believed they had walked. Their reality was shaped by their minds. But it gets even more dramatic. Talbot tells the story of a man diagnosed with terminal cancer. His tumors were the size of oranges, and doctors gave him only days to live. The man, desperate, heard about a new experimental drug called Krabbiozin and begged his doctor to try it. The doctor was skeptical, but agreed. Miraculously, within 3 days of receiving the injection, the man's tumors began to melt away. He made a full recovery and was sent home. But a few months later, he read articles reporting that Krabbiozin was ineffective. Immediately, his cancer returned. His doctor, suspecting the man's belief was the real cure, decided to try an experiment. He lied. He told the patient the articles were wrong and that he had a new, ultra-potent version of the drug. In reality, he injected the man with nothing but saline water. Once again, the man's tumors vanished. He was healthy for another few months until he read a definitive report completely debunking the drug. His faith shattered. The cancer returned, and sadly, he passed away. What healed him? It wasn't the drug. It wasn't even the saline water. It was his unwavering belief. His body was responding to the reality model he held in his mind. This power works both ways. The nocebo effect is the dark twin of the placebo. In one study on a new chemotherapy drug, patients were warned it could cause hair loss. One group got the real drug, the other got a placebo. Incredibly, 30% of the patients who received only the placebo lost their hair. They reacted not to the substance, but to the suggestion. This is the power of our holographic mind. We don't just perceive reality, we actively participate in creating it. Our beliefs, expectations, and vibrational states can manifest as real physical effects in our bodies and in our lives. This means we have to be incredibly mindful of the stories we tell ourselves. Our minds have far more influence than we think. Now, let's take this one step further into the realm of the truly extraordinary paranormal phenomena. How does the holographic model explain things like psychokinesis, the ability to move objects with the mind? According to David Bohm's vision, trying to explain this as energy traveling from the brain to an object is looking at it the wrong way. In a holographic universe, there is no fundamental separation between mind and matter. They are two aspects of the same deeper reality. Your mind and the spoon you want to bend are not two separate things. They are part of one indivisible whole. From this perspective, psychokinesis isn't about exerting a force across a distance. It's about changing your consciousness to align with a different aspect of the universal hologram where the spoon is already bent. The change happens at the fundamental level of reality, not in the projected world our senses perceive. The world we see is just a shadow play on the wall of a cave. The real action is happening at a deeper holographic level. By understanding this, we begin to see that we are not just passive observers of the universe. We are co-creators of it. Our consciousness is the link between the seen and the unseen, the material and the immaterial. By embracing this new understanding, we realize that reality is far more dynamic, mysterious, and malleable than we ever imagined. We have the power to influence our health, our lives, and the world around us in ways we are only just beginning to comprehend. The universe is not just a collection of things, it's a living, thinking, interconnected whole, and you are not just in the universe is in you. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the nature of reality. If this sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. What are your thoughts on the holographic universe? Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever wondered if the world around you is truly as solid as it seems? What if I told you that you are not separate from the chair you're sitting on or the air you're breathing? What if you are part of a grand, interconnected cosmic hologram? This isn't science fiction. It's a revolutionary idea explored by thinker Michael Talbot, suggesting we don't just live in the universe, we are the universe. Imagine for a moment that your mind isn't just a projector, but a tuning fork. When you think about moving an object without touching it, you're not pushing it with some invisible force. Instead, you're resonating with it, merging with it on a fundamental level. According to Talbot's holographic model, what we call psychokinesis is simply a natural result of recognizing this unity. The object moves because, in that moment, the object is you. This single idea turns our understanding of reality on its head. Suddenly, phenomena like telepathy, clairvoyance, or even lucid dreams aren't supernatural glitches in the matrix. They are inherent abilities, glimpses into a reality we've been fundamentally misinterpreting. They're proof that our consciousness isn't just a byproduct of our brain, but a fundamental property woven into the fabric of the cosmos. Think about near-death experiences. Researchers like Kenneth Ring have documented incredible accounts from people who were clinically dead. They describe a higher reality, more fluid and malleable, where thought instantly becomes real. They feel a desire for food, and it appears they notice they're unclothed, and in a flash, they're dressed. It's as if, in that state, their consciousness can directly pull from a vast ocean of frequencies and project their thoughts into existence, just like creating a hologram. This is remarkably similar to what happens in a lucid dream. The moment you realize you're dreaming, you gain the power to change the dream world at will. You can fly, conjure objects, or change the scenery. Both near-death experiences and lucid dreams might be windows into other planes of reality, closer to the source of the holographic projection, where we have more direct control. But what about our waking 3D world? Can our minds influence reality here, too? Perhaps the most dramatic example is the poltergeist phenomenon. Talbot himself had several strange encounters. He noticed a clear pattern. When he was happy and calm, the events were playful, almost whimsical. But when he was stressed or upset, things got darker. Objects would appear from nowhere, and strange marks would even form on his body. The fascinating part, as soon as he consciously shifted his mindset to be more rational and positive, the phenomena stopped completely. This strongly suggests that our beliefs, our emotions, and our mental states are not just passive reactions to the world. They are active forces that directly shape the reality we experience. Our inner world literally sculpts our outer world. So, how does this incredible, mind-bending theory actually apply to our daily lives? The key is to take these grand ideas and make them practical. Talbot believed that experiences like telepathy, synchronicity, and even poltergeists are all part of a single spiritual universe. He saw our souls as travelers moving through different dimensions and experiences. He proposed a compelling idea. We exist in this dense physical reality because our consciousness isn't yet ready for the full power of a truly malleable universe. Imagine if every fleeting worry or fear you had instantly became real. It would be a nightmare, a chaotic trip you couldn't control. This physical world acts as a training ground, a place where we can learn to master our thoughts and emotions in a slower, more forgiving environment. These paranormal experiences, or what his friend called experiences of awe, aren't just random weird events. They are cosmic nudges designed to push us toward a higher state of consciousness. As we evolve, reality becomes more flexible, reflecting what we need to learn about ourselves. We manifest our reality not just through our beliefs and emotions, but in deep, seemingly inexplicable ways. Talbot compared humanity's current state of consciousness to a baby playing with the controls of an airplane. Our soul is infinite, but we haven't yet learned how to fly the plane. Every time you experience a meaningful coincidence, a moment of synchronicity, it's a sign that your inner psyche is influencing the outer world. We are all apprentice sorcerers, just beginning to understand the immense power we hold. So, where is the control panel for this holographic reality? It's not out there in the cosmos. It's inside you. The mystics and sages throughout history have always said the same thing. To understand the universe, you must first understand yourself. By exploring your inner world, mastering your thoughts and emotions, you access a reality far vaster and more real than the one we perceive with our five senses. The inner world isn't an escape from reality, it is the source of reality. This connects directly to the ancient Hindu concept of Maya, the illusion. Most of us mistakenly believe we are just the holographic projections, the characters on the screen. But in truth, we are the light source, the projector itself. By cultivating our awareness and raising our level of consciousness, we can awaken from this illusion. We can stop being passive observers and become the conscious creators of our lives, deliberately manifesting health, abundance, and joy. Michael Talbot planned to write a second book dedicated to teaching us how to apply this knowledge in our daily lives. Tragically, he passed away in 1992 before he could finish it. His death from lymphoma at such a young age is tinged with a sad irony, given his deep understanding of the mind's power and the placebo effect. Naturally, theories have swirled about his untimely death. Some speculate that powerful groups didn't want this knowledge to become mainstream. Others believe his work was channeled from higher spiritual beings, and that his mission was simply to deliver the message before his time was up. Of course, these are just speculations, and we may never know the truth. What we do know is that the Holographic Universe remains a landmark work. It's a book that shatters the boundaries of conventional science and challenges us to ask the biggest questions about the cosmos, our consciousness, and our very existence. Michael Talbot left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and awaken people around the world. I hope this exploration has expanded your own view of what's possible. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the nature of reality. If you found this fascinating, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our universe. Until next time, keep questioning everything. Have you ever wondered if there's more to reality than what our senses tell us? What if the universe, in all its vastness, is just an elaborate projection, a giant cosmic hologram? This idea might sound like science fiction, but it was the life's work of a visionary writer named Michael Talbot. From a young age, Talbot's life was anything but ordinary. He experienced things that most of us would find hard to believe, out-of-body experiences, objects moving on their own, and even encounters with what he described as extraterrestrials. These weren't just strange occurrences for him. They were clues that led him to question the very fabric of reality. He dedicated his life to piecing together these clues, resulting in his groundbreaking book, The Holographic Universe. In this book, Talbot proposed a radical idea. Our universe is a holographic projection. He argued that the solid, stable world we perceive is actually far more fluid and interconnected, shaped by something we all possess: consciousness. But here's where the story takes a mysterious turn. Just 1 year after publishing his masterpiece, in 1992, Michael Talbot died suddenly and unexpectedly. He was planning a second book, ready to share even more of his profound knowledge. Was his early death just a tragic coincidence? Or was there something more to it? We'll touch on that at the end. For now, let's explore the incredible world he unveiled. Talbot's work invites us to look beyond the veil of our everyday perception into an invisible layer of reality he believed was more real than our own. Think of it like Plato's cave. We are like the prisoners staring at shadows on a wall, mistaking them for reality, while a much grander, more complex truth exists just outside our view. Talbot suggested that our reality is merely a projection, an illusion created from interference patterns that form everything we see and touch. This holographic vision isn't just a philosophical fancy. It has its roots in modern science. Talbot's theory unites the work of two brilliant minds: David Bohm, a physicist and protege of Einstein, and Karl Pribram, a Stanford neurophysiologist. Bohm, while studying the bizarre world of subatomic particles, noticed that reality at that level behaves much like a hologram. He observed something mind-bending known as quantum entanglement. Imagine two tiny particles, like electrons, linked in a special way. If you do something to one, the other instantly reacts, no matter how far apart they are, even if they're on opposite sides of the universe. It's as if they aren't separate at all. Bohm called this the implicate order, a deeper, undivided reality from which our explicate or unfolded reality emerges. Meanwhile, Karl Pribram was studying the human brain and memory. He was puzzled by how memories are stored. If you remove a part of the brain, you don't lose a specific memory. Instead, the memory just becomes a bit fuzzier. This led him to a startling conclusion. The brain itself might function like a hologram. Each part seems to contain the whole, just in less detail. When Michael Talbot combined Bohm's cosmic hologram with Pribram's holographic brain, a breathtaking hypothesis emerged. What if the universe itself is a gigantic hologram, and our brains are holographic instruments perfectly designed to tune into it? This isn't just a metaphor. It's a new way of understanding everything. One of the most fascinating properties of a hologram is that if you cut it into pieces, each tiny piece still contains the entire image, just with less clarity. If the universe is holographic, this principle has staggering implications. It means that within each of us, within every cell, every atom, the entire universe is encoded. The poet William Blake captured this beautifully when he wrote, "To see a world in a grain of sand." According to this theory, all the wisdom of the cosmos, all the information of the past, present, and future is already inside you, waiting to be accessed. This holographic framework suddenly makes many unexplained psychic phenomena seem plausible. Take telepathy, for instance. We've always tried to explain it as a signal traveling from one brain to another. But in a holographic universe, there's no need for a signal. If your consciousness and my consciousness are both part of the same underlying whole, then information isn't sent and received, it's simply accessed. We are already connected. What about precognitive dreams, where people see flashes of the future? If past, present, and future exist simultaneously in the holographic record, it's not about predicting the future. It's about momentarily accessing a part of the whole that hasn't unfolded into our perceived reality yet. This also explains the strange accounts of people who have near-death experiences. Report after report describes leaving the body and entering a realm of frequency and energy. They are perhaps getting a glimpse of the holographic source code, the implicate order that underlies our physical world. The power of our minds also fits perfectly into this model. Consider the placebo effect, where a person's belief that they are receiving treatment can lead to real physical healing. Or its dark twin, the nocebo effect, where a negative belief can cause harm. If reality is a malleable projection and our consciousness is the projector, then our thoughts and beliefs aren't just internal experiences. They are powerful tools that can directly shape our physical reality. This is the fundamental principle behind concepts like the law of attraction. You're not just wishing for things to happen. You are participating in their creation by aligning your consciousness with the universal hologram. So, if our reality is a projection, who or what is the projector? Talbot proposed that it is consciousness itself, not just individual consciousness, but a universal consciousness in which we all participate. Our brains are like cosmic tuning forks, resonating with specific frequencies from this vast sea of information. What we perceive as reality is simply the frequency our brain is tuned to at any given moment. This implies that there are countless other realities, other frequencies, coexisting with our own, which we simply can't perceive. This brings us back to Michael Talbot's mysterious death. He died just as he was beginning to popularize these revolutionary ideas. Some speculate that his work was too radical, that he was revealing secrets about the nature of reality and human potential that certain powers wanted to keep hidden. Was his passing a deliberate silencing, or was it simply a sad, untimely end for a brilliant mind? We may never know for sure, but the legacy he left behind is undeniable. The Holographic Universe is more than just a book. It's an invitation to question what you think is real, to explore the incredible power of your own consciousness, and to realize that you are not just a tiny, insignificant part of the universe. You are the universe in miniature. Everything you seek is already within you. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the nature of reality. If this sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. What are your thoughts on the holographic universe? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning.